buff.
Big time. What about the cakes? I don't know. They disappear. What about the cakes? I grabbed some of them. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. I grabbed some of them. Dude, this game is great. I really like this game. I wish that you know, it didn't get the hate that it does, cause I really love this game a lot. I feel like I don't know. I feel like honestly, all right, this is an unpopular opinion, but I feel like the major thing that is holding this Rust console back is the old gens. I'm just gonna go out there and say it. I feel like 100% that's what's holding the Rust console back. I feel like if and not to hate on the old gens, but you know, I mean, you guys should be surprised that your gen or your old gen hasn't been set on fire, you know? I think it's like what, like 10 something years old. I mean,
Yeah.
I
So,
like don't blame, like I'm not gonna blame you. I had an old gen until last year. You know, like right before Rust came out, Rust console came out, I had an old gen. And then I'm not even exaggerating. I was playing the old gen and then it literally started smoking and I just couldn't turn it back on after that. So I was like, well, time to upgrade. And that's when I went and got myself an Xbox One X because, you know, the Series X was it was really hard to get during the pandemic. So yeah. I feel like honestly the old gens are holding this game back. I feel like maybe as a cop out, I feel like what they should do, honestly, is to have like different servers for old gens to play on. That's just my opinion. I feel like they should just have that and then we don't have to deal with the old gens anymore. Um in the sense of like we'll be able to get a lot more stuff faster. I feel like a lot of it held electricity back big time. Old gens did. I feel like it really did. It held electricity back big time. And I feel
and
like,
custom servers.
and yeah, I mean, custom servers for sure, to be honest with you. I feel like a lot of it, like again, not to spread the hate, but I feel like they should definitely be a cop out to that. Like we should be able to pick if we wanted to play with old gens or not because and I'm sure the old gens would be grateful and thankful about that too because you know I'm sure that they really don't like playing with like the new gens and then the new gens having an advantage over better graphics and stuff like that, you know? Just better stability and things like that. I feel like old gens would thank people for that and I don't know, man. I really don't like I don't like the fact that like we don't have that choice and I feel like it's really setting them back. And as much as I love this game, I feel like if they don't do something about it, it's just it slows down productivity. I feel like if this if the old gens weren't holding this game back, we would probably be like almost at the. I'm not gonna talk about graphics, but almost as stability as in the PC version. I mean, just look at the new game that came out, the Harry Potter game. It runs so smooth for the PlayStation and the series. You mean to tell me that it's not gonna like a game like Rust is not gonna run smooth on a series and on a PS5? You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely gonna run smooth. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel 100% to the core that the old gens are holding this game back big time. And I feel like, oh, look at this Mads. That's so nice. That's a nice skin. And while I was talking about this, this is like the setup that I kind of have right here. You could fit as maximum boxes. You could fit 4 large boxes at the bottom, 2 large boxes up top, and 2 little small boxes up here. I feel like that's as much as you could cramp in. And I forgot to put the door, so yeah. Obviously put the door before you place the boxes. And then you know, you could put your thing right here right behind you. Your regular workbench. But I mean, does anybody else agree with me or not? Like let me know down below if you guys agree with me or not. I mean, what do you think, Jade? I know that you are 50 or 50. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm not telling people to go out and buy a whole new gen because that console is $500, whether it's PS5 or the Series X. You're looking at a $500, and nowadays economy, people don't have that money to throw around like that. It's expensive to have. But if you guys didn't know, no sponsor here, but I was at GameStop the other day and they literally told me that if you trade in your old gens and stuff like that, you get like $100 credit towards like a PS5 or a Series X. So I mean that's something to look forward to. You could be like, oh snap, well, that means that I could just do that and get myself a new gen. But again, you don't have to. So I feel like, and with that said, I feel like you should have the option to opt out. Have the option to be like, well, I want to play on servers that I know that most of the people there are in old gens. And then some people might say, well, you know, that's great, but what's stopping the new gens from joining against old gens? And I'm still dealing with that. Well, I'll tell you what. If they're doing that, then I mean, and if you're so worried about that, then just get a new gen. That's not to sound like a person, but yeah, if that's really what your problem is, and I'll assure you that the new gens are not gonna want to mix in with the old gens because they're gonna be like, yeah, what's the point? I might as well just be playing with people. And not only that, like for example, and I know that's possible because they've had specific servers where people just did like cargo ship and that's it. And then games like well, we'll stick with Rust, not other games. But I know that it's possible, and I feel like that's something they should definitely do. And then I know some people will be like, well, it might split the team in half, because now you got full throttle on the new gens servers and not really on the old gens. But I feel like them trying to make this game compacted and package it to a nice little with a nice little bow for old gens to play. It's really stopping productivity and it's slowing down a lot of the stuff. I feel like we would right now be in custom servers. Heck, I honestly feel like we would have had custom servers last year if it wasn't for them trying to like make this game work for old gens. I mean, yeah, I kind of just went off topic there and like went on a
I
rant.
got you.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I really like this game, and I really wanted to like go forward. Not that I'm not saying at all that the game is dying or anything like that. It's not. This game has a lot of potential on console, and it's beautiful. I just feel like it's kind of slow pace because of you know, this whole like including the old gens. And like I was talking to Jade earlier, like I was trying to play the new Harry Potter game, and it turns out that it's like, oh yeah, well if you want to do that, it's only on PS5 and on Xbox Series X. And I'm like, well, I mean, what did I expect? I have an old gen, well not an old gen, I have an Xbox X. I guess technically consider an old
It's
gen.
the pro version, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the midway thing, but like you should expect that. And in a game like Rust or games that now are turning over from PC into console, and now we're starting to see PC games that people don't have the luxury to spend $2,000 on a PC. You could buy a basically a small PC for $500. It's called PS5 and an Xbox Series X, and you could play a lot of games like that. I mean, no, I don't know. Just me, I guess.
Yeah, I get it.
Look at you with the nice balloon outside. It's beautiful. Look, we built like
It's got a little loot stash right there. See?
yeah, I like how it has a stash. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I would take this transportation, honestly.
This was the first transportation we ever had, remember?
Yep. Hot
This
air
was the
balloon.
very first one that people couldn't figure out how to maneuver this. They were like,
I
how do
still
you
can. I'm still bad at it.
I've seen a lot of people like actually maneuver. I think that it has to do with weight distribution.